Now, when Canibus hit the rap scene in the 90s, he had big expectations of being the next big rap superstar. Canibus had a crazy lyrical flow, which made his peers respect him, and he also got a lot of respect from the OGs in the game as well. Now, one of the OGs in the game that respected Canibus' lyrical ability as a new artist would be LL Cool J. Now, LL Cool J was getting ready to drop his 7th studio album, and he had a single on there called 4321 with DMX, Redman, Method Man, and Canibus. Now, young Canibus being excited to be on the record with LL Cool J, and his rhyme on 4321, he made a reference to the microphone on LL's arm and said he wanted to borrow it. Now, even though Canibus said he said the line about the mic on LL's arm in a way of bigging LL up, LL didn't take it too kindly. And LL even came on the record last and took shots at Canibus. Now, Canibus will go on and respond to LL's diss on a song called Second Round Knockout off his debut album. Now, even though Canibus was beefing with LL, he still managed to deliver us some good street joints. He even got a chance to be on DJ Clue Professional album on a classic record called Fantastic Four, along with Nori, Camron, and Big Pun. Now, throughout Canibus' career, LL Cool J wouldn't be the only MC Canibus sent shots at. He also took shots at Eminem and Beanie Sigel. Now, in 2000, on Canibus' sophomore album on a song called I Bust 'Em, You Punish 'Em, he has a line where he disses Blinky Blink, and he says, "You're whacking and Blinky Blink." Now, Mase had a group around this time called Harlem World, and Blinky Blink is in that group, and they made a lot of commercial records. They had a Rugrat record, and they just was making a lot of commercial records and not really showing off their lyrical ability. So, you know, a lot of the other rappers that's lyrical and was lyrical took them as a joke. Now, supposedly, Blinky Blink and his crew, along with Camron, showed up to Canibus' album release party for 2000 BC, and soon as Blinky Blink seen Canibus, he stalled on him and started a whole brawl. Now, AllHipHop.com did a write-up on this whole situation the night after this all went down, and it says, Canibus, who was celebrating the release of his sophomore album 2000 BC before Canibus was sucker punched in his face and then stomped out in the chaos. The perpetrators were Harlem World's Blinky Blink, Camron, whose rhyming abilities are limited. So it seems like Camron definitely had some involvement in this whole brawl and this whole melee. Even if he didn't actually put hands on Canibus, he was there with Blinky Blink, and you know he probably was holding Blinky Blink down, getting it on with whoever was helping Canibus. But anyway, moving along. The fight was a result of Canibus dissing Blinky Blink on a track called Die Slow. Canibus was also struck over the head with a glass-encased candle that was from the bar. And Canibus is in serious condition. The club security was extremely low according to witnesses to the melee. A number of celebrities were in hand to help Canibus celebrate, including Biz Markie and Special Webb. The party was hosted by Doo-Wop and Max Glazer. Canibus was supposed to have a second release party this Thursday at a club in NYC, and it still will go on as planned. Now, Camron mentioned this whole situation on the Diplomatic Immunity 2 album on a song called Take 'Em to Church, where he's basically dissing Mase, and he says, screaming out Harlem, huh, like you ain't abandoned us, well let me fill you in. Now it's a whole clan of us. Blink so mad he went and beat up Canibus. So basically around this time, Mase left and went to become a pastor. You know, he went to church to become a pastor, and he left the hip-hop game. So basically what Camron is saying is like, you know, he abandoned them, and Blinky Blink took it so bad, he went and beat up Canibus. You get what I'm saying? Meaning like, what Canibus said wasn't even that bad for Blinky Blink to do him the way he did. But, you know, he had so much anger in him from Mase leaving, he went and took his anger out on Canibus. But anyway, if you enjoy these hip-hop stories, these old throwback hip-hop stories, tell a friend about my channel. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I'm out. 1.